Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rock Weekly Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Collins, and with me are my inspirational analysts, Big Dave Miller and Ronaldo Cook-Martin. There was a lot of exciting news in the world of sports this past week, so let's get started. Slippery Rock's men's basketball team coasted to an 85-71 victory over Cal in the first round of the PSAC Championship Tournament on Saturday. With their victory, they'll move on to face Gannon Tuesday in the quarterfinals. Ronaldo, what impressed you about the Rock's win over the weekend?
Well, first of all, the victory was huge. Big time win, baby. I'm telling you, it was big time. Like I said, the big thing about Slippery Rock was they actually made free throws, 20 of 25. Killing it from downtown. They were 9 of 18. Great stuff. Shot 47% for the game. I love the all-around flow of the game. Said Devin Taylor had it was okay. He had 9 points, 10 boards, you know. Almost missed out on another double-double. Let's see. Perry and who was it? Davis.
Yep.
20 points apiece. Really spread the floor. Santos, I mean, he had an okay game, 7 points, 9 boards. But the overall flow of the game went really well. They went inside, like I said, outscored 20-6 to Slippery Rock, outscored Cal in second chance points, 28-12 in the paint, really took control of the game. Now, I mean, Cal, they hung, for some odd reason, they couldn't keep Cal away. Cal got it down to 8 with about 2.5 minutes to go. But Slippery Rock went on a 6-0 run, put the game out of reach. Big time win for them, big confidence boost going in for them, going in against Gannon on Tuesday. Biggest thing right now is they got to be able to hit free throws, number one. That's the biggie. Limit turnovers, because they did have 15 turnovers, so you got to try to trim that down a little bit more. But the nice thing about it was Cal didn't do a particularly great job of taking advantage of all those points off turnovers. So that was a big thing for them. But big win for Slippery Rock, big confidence boost for them going in for Tuesday. And now the question is, can they pick up from where they left off on Saturday against Gannon?
I mean, we saw what they did against Gannon earlier this year. It was the first game coming back with all the students coming back. So it was a packed house, and they really got a good flow in the game. But then when they went into Gannon after a huge win against IUP, they somehow faltered and couldn't beat them again. Now, Gannon was ranked, nationally ranked, going into that game, I believe. So I believe Slippery Rock can go in there and beat Gannon. It's just they had to do what they did against Cal. Make those free throws. They're a 76% shooting team from the line on average. You went from shooting 57% against IUP to shooting 80% against Cal. And this team needs to make sure they have their own identity in there, which is out-rebound the other team by at least 13 and shoot at least 76% from the line. From that, you're pretty much golden at that point. Just rebounds, in my mind, are probably the biggest factor in winning a game, out-rebounding your opponent. Against IUP, we got out-rebounded by 3. How much did that affect the game? We had about a 15-point lead in the second half, won by 1. Almost lost it on a buzzer beater in the half court. So the only reason Slippery Rock's going to lose is if they don't out-rebound or if they don't make their free throws. Other than that, I can see this team going on to the semifinals.
And I think the end of the season loss to Gannon is going to be their fuel for this game, too.
Yeah.
You know, they left a bad taste in their mouth, and they're going to come into this game wanting revenge, wanting, payback. And this is the one that really matters.
Yeah,
yeah. So, I mean, Gannon won the one at the end of the season, but if we come away with this one.
No, not that they will, okay? They will.
Wait, what?
Book it. I'm calling it, okay? You got to take chances in America. You got to take chances, okay? You got to take chances. SRU will, I repeat, will beat Gannon on Tuesday.
High risk, high reward.
Got to take chances, people. That's how the world works.
All right, well, we'll find out tomorrow night. Moving on. With the new polls out today, the Gonzaga Bulldogs are the #1 team in college basketball for the first time in school history. Dave, do you think the Bulldogs deserve to be #1, and are they a legit national championship contender?
I mean, I think they deserve to be #1, undefeated in the conference. They've been beating up on almost every opponent that they've played against. Butler got a buzzer beater on them, an improbable buzzer beater to beat them. Otherwise, they'd only have 1 loss so far this year. Being in a weak conference, though, that kind of brings you down a little bit. So I think they deserve the #1 spot because every team has lost at least 3 times, at least 4 times in the entire college basketball D1 district, whatever. Can't think of my words. But
top-ranked teams.
Yeah.
A lot of the
but
top-ranked
Gonzaga,
teams
yeah. But Gonzaga, I don't think has a legitimate national championship chance because of the teams that they play. I mean, Butler's a good team, and they lost on a buzzer beater, which shows that they can kind of compete with good teams. But Butler's always shaky. They're awesome for a little bit, and all of a sudden they lose 4 in a row. You don't know what kind of team you're going to expect with Butler. With Gonzaga, though, if they do manage to get a #1 spot, I don't even see them getting to a Sweet 16. I can see a team
really?
I can see them being upset in the first round because you can have a 16-seeded team in a good conference like the SEC or the Big East and have those teams. Like Villanova's a last in at this point, and they might be out because of the loss to Pitt. If Villanova can get up against Gonzaga, they might not even get past the first round. It could be the first time a 16 loses to a #1.
So you mean to tell me that you have absolutely – so basically you're saying is that you think they should be #1 in the country, but you still –
Look what they've done in the regular season.
But you're still telling me that you think they'll be the first one to lose to a 16 is what you're telling me. So in other words, they just don't – so basically what you're saying is they don't deserve to be #1 team in the country.
Look what they're doing in the regular
season AP polls are different than when it comes to tournament.
It's first of all, Gonzaga and #1 don't mix, okay?
Well,
like
clearly,
seriously,
this is the first time.
Gonzaga when they play Butler, that is the earliest game I've ever seen Gonzaga play a game, okay? Because I'm used to seeing them play like 11 or 12 o'clock most nights, okay? I never seen them play early, all right? So it'll be nice to see him. The only time I've ever seen them play early is they play on Saturday night on ESPN or in the tournament, all right? I don't see anybody. Gonzaga, it's a great season, okay? You're 5-0 against Big 12 teams, but nobody cares about the Big 12, okay? Nobody cares. Everybody knows Kansas always rules the Big 12, and it's everybody else. It's not legit. You lost to Butler on the road. It was a tough loss, okay? If you knew how to inbound the pass, you would have won that game, okay? That's common sense.
That's true.
Look, but like I said, Gonzaga, we know this is what you do. Mark Few, great job there, okay? I mean, this is a Gonzaga team. That's going back to the days, remember Adam Morrison back in the day, And now look at Adam Morrison. He's played like 14 games in his NBA career and still somehow has more championships than LeBron James. I don't know how. Okay? The fact of the matter is Gonzaga, great season. You guys are #1. You're deserving of it because for some odd reason, Indiana doesn't want to be #1 in the polls because they lose all the time.
Yeah.
#2, Michigan doesn't want to be #1 or be in the high seed because they can't go out and they can't beat Penn State. Okay? Because they don't take Penn State seriously enough.
Do you think they have a legitimate shot?
No, they do not have a legitimate chance. No.
You know what? Both of you, Gonzaga, Final Four.
Dude, I would not put Gonzaga in my Final Four if they were Dude, I wouldn't put Gonzaga as my Final Four if they were undefeated and beating everybody by 49 points a game.
I am writing this down and circling the day of the Final Four, and whenever I don't see Gonzaga, I'm rubbing this so hard in your face.
I'm going to laugh at you and say that you're insane.
Telling you.
Dude!
Look at all the other teams.
Dude!
And how many times they've lost.
Dude!
It's so up in the air.
It's not Gonzaga. No!
I've watched Gonzaga play. They play great basketball.
They do play great basketball because they play in the West Coast Conference, which has nobody.
I still think they play great basketball.
Your biggest contender in the West Coast Conference is St. Mary's, basically.
I'm just saying the way they play basketball, I think they have a chance to beat.
That's not good enough against. That's not good enough against the big boys of the NCAA. You think they can beat Indiana, Michigan, Miami, Duke?
Do you think coming into the tournament a few years back, George Mason was expected to
because
go to the Final
everyone
Four?
looked at George Mason. Because everybody looked at George Mason and Davidson, and they didn't even practice those guys. They all went out there and out to the bar or something the night before because they didn't take those teams seriously.
Okay, exactly. And you guys aren't taking Gonzaga seriously.
No, I'm not taking them seriously because, yeah, they're great and all, but I don't see them going past Sweet 16, Elite 8 max. They ain't no Final Four team.
Final Four.
Okay?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. When we find out that you were wrong, we're going to make fun of you.
We'll rub it in his face.
It's still not as bold as your Triple Crown prediction. So.
Ooh. Wow. So 4 months ago.
Well, moving on. Thanks to his Super Bowl MVP performance, Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco received the largest contract in NFL history for a quarterback at 6 years, $120.6 million. Ronaldo, does Flacco deserve to be the highest paid quarterback in football?
Yeah, right. You kidding me, please? I'd rather see Tony Romo. I think Tony Romo can get more money than Joe Flacco. You kidding me?
No.
Don't compare those two.
Look.
Flacco can at least throw the ball.
Flacco gets lucky, man, okay? Are you kidding me? Let me tell you something.
11 touchdowns to 0 picks in the playoffs.
Let me tell you something. And if San Francisco had converted in the red zone one more time, he wouldn't have had this kind of contract.
He still threw 11 touchdowns to 0 picks.
I don't give a rat's baloney what he threw. Nobody cares, okay? He got lucky. If you watch that Super Bowl, he threw up a bunch of lob passes in which, you had Anquan Bolden up there making leaping catches. Nobody cares about Joe Flacco. I'm sick of Joe Flacco. Look, You will go down as the greatest quarterback in Ravens history because why? You actually were able to stay there for more than a year, unlike all the other Ravens quarterbacks in the past.
Name any good Ravens quarterbacks in the past.
Whoa, Trent Dilfer, who got to a Super Bowl.
We said good quarterbacks.
Well, he wasn't. He was. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, he was a lot better than some Kyle Bowler back in the day.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. But we said good quarterbacks.
Look, Flacco. Look, he's a good quarterback, but I could name 10 other quarterbacks that I put ahead of Joe Flacco. Okay.
I think 10's a stretch.
Okay, fine, 7 or 8, whatever. Joe Flacco's not. There's no way he's worth more money than Peyton Manning or Tom Brady.
I agree with
or
that.
Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees.
No.
Easily, not one of them. Okay? There's no way he's worth that kind of money. The only reason why he got this money, yes, he won the Super Bowl. Congratulations, okay? But if the 49ers had actually made better play calling in the red zone, he wouldn't even have had that Super Bowl. Okay? That's a fact.
It's just when a player has that type of performance throughout the playoffs and they're not selfless, they're looking for the money. If you want to hang on to him,
look,
I mean,
Flacco's your guy. Yes, he's going to be your quarterback the next 10 years. I get that. Will he take him to another Super Bowl? He might, but he ain't like I said.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, if he's not a LeBron and Chris Bosh who are willing to take less money.
He can't do
somewhere.
anything. It's Joe freaking
Just like how Tom Brady
Flacco.
agreed to take less
Exactly.
money.
Tom Brady, he took less money in his contract so he could pretty much retire as a Patriot.
First of all, Tom Brady's got enough money from him and Giselle.
All right, I wouldn't say Flacco's being selfish, but this is the reason why I love this contract. The Ravens think that he's the best quarterback in the NFL. That's fine. Let them think what they want to think. How are they going to keep Ray Rice, Bernard Pierce, Michael Orr, Anquan Bolden, Torrey Smith, and on the other side, Ladarius Webb, Paul Kruger, Ray Lewis is retiring, Ed Reed is retiring.
First of all, if you're going to say Michael Orr, at least use his proper name. Okay? The blonde side.
Regardless, this Ravens team is going downhill at this point. If they're going to focus all their energy around a D2 quarterback,
hey, he did go to Pitt first.
Hey,
now, but
don't talk down on D2. Randy Moss is
D2. But he's put up a playoff win every year, and this year he just put 4 in a row on Ray Lewis's last season, which could be probably the best thing that ever could have happened to them. It's fine. This contract is going to make this team go downhill at this point. I mean, what other quarterback has gone up since signing a high quarterback? Ever since Tom Brady won his third Super Bowl, signed a big contract. What has he done since then?
But that's what I'm saying is if Flacco was willing to take less money, like Tom Brady did, that's why Tom Brady took less money, so they could keep people like Wes Welker, and so they could keep people and have Super Bowl opportunities. That's what I'm saying with Flacco being selfish, that if he were to take less money so they can keep people like Ray Rice, Bernard Pollard, those different players, and have continual playoff chances, he should have taken less. He's being selfish.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, there's no such thing.
Like you said, he should not be making more money than Peyton Manning.
Look, let me tell you something. If I'm Joe Flacco and I could care less about Joe Flacco, I'm not going to turn on $120.6 million. Okay, I don't care.
Now, if the Ravens offer that to him, then yeah, that's not really being selfish.
But you knew that's what he was asking for and what he was expecting.
Look, let me tell you something.
Joe Flacco ain't
worth that kind of money.
You can give me a 4-year, $40 million contract. No.
No, you don't ask for that kind of money. Look, Joe Flacco is just a lucky quarterback. I'm sorry, okay? I hate to break it to you, Baltimore fans. Joe Flacco is nothing.
All right, he wasn't lucky in the Super Bowl. What he was lucky on the 70-yard Hail Mary pass to
Yes, that was pure luck. Because
if you want to talk about lucky,
yes, that is luck.
Then yes.
Because Denver doesn't know how to play secondary, doesn't know how to play pre-bid
But it wasn't
defense.
luck in the Super Bowl. It wasn't luck in the Super Bowl.
Look, he had a great Super Bowl, but you know what? Because I would have had Jacoby Jones my MVP, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. But he still had a good performance.
Forget Joe Flacco, man. Jeez.
Let it go.
All right, well, we'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to Rock Weekly Sports Talk. We've got 3 more topics to get into, so let's get underway. With the MLB season starting in less than a month, there's a variety of teams who will be making a push for the playoffs. Dave, which teams that didn't make the playoffs last year do you think have a strong chance to make it this season?
Oh, man. You said strong chance, so there goes the Pirates. But, I mean, that's the team that I want to make.
About a chance.
Yeah, not a strong chance.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk about a strong chance, let's try the LA teams, both of them, the Los Angeles Angels and the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Wait, first of all, the Angels aren't a real LA team.
Yeah, they're really Anaheim, but regardless, that's
I'm just saying.
That's their name.
It's a stupid name.
Anyway,
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. With the signings of Hamilton and having the top 3 best fantasy players in the same lineup, plus all the other weapons that they have as well, that's really going to help the Angels push forward. If their pitching can do a better job this year compared to last year. I mean, granted, Weaver had he was their best pitcher, 16-4 record going towards the end of the year. If their pitching can hold up all 5 spots, they're easily, I think, going to win that division. And if you look in the LA Dodgers, it's going to be a good rivalry with San Fran and LA Dodgers. I'm really going to enjoy this. The Dodgers might have an advantage on the Giants, getting Greinke, getting all these other big names as well. Greinke, the highest paid pitcher right now, or the right-handed pitcher of all time, until Verlander resigns. But
yeah.
That's why last year I think they blew it. They had the best chance in the world. They were the best team for the first 2 months of baseball, and then it just started to go downhill. And all of a sudden, the Giants came out of nowhere and won. I thought that was ridiculous. But I don't think the LA Dodgers are going to have maybe an explosive start like they did, but they're going to be more consistent, and they're going to end up winning the division as well, I think.
Well, I agree that if the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, as they are properly called, if they don't make the playoffs, Mike Scioscia will so be fired.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that.
Because let's be frank here. Mike Scioscia, what have you done for me lately? You haven't done anything since '02. Okay,
done for you?
Yeah, that's right. Done for me. As a baseball fan.
As a Yankees fan?
As a Yankees fan.
Anyway, that's beside the point.
Since '02, but go on.
Whatever. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that the Dodgers, they have no excuses. I expect the Dodgers out of the National League to be that team in the playoffs. That's obvious. Why? Not because of Josh Beckett. Not because of Hanley Ramirez. But I think the biggest key for the Dodgers will be Carl Crawford when he's back, okay? That adds speed on the bases. That's right. Yes.
If he can get on the
bases.
He
will be on the bases, dude. When he comes back from his elbow problems, he'll be back, okay? Believe me, I know things. The only thing that pains me to say this is that there's a slight chance, I hate to say this though, that team from Canada, the Blue Jays, in the Yankees division, by the way, which I'm not thrilled about, could also be that team that's back, could be in the playoffs for the first time in 20 years.
And winning that division.
I didn't say that.
I think on paper, the World Series should be Dodgers Blue Jays.
You
on paper.
Shut your
on paper.
On
now, just
paper.
like last year.
No, it's not going to be the Dodgers and Blue Jays, okay?
All right, no, if you want to keep talking about on paper, the Yankees aren't even going to make the playoffs.
Looking at the rosters.
You shut your mouth about that, okay? You shut up about that.
I'm just saying, when you look at the rosters and look at the personnel that they have, the 2 teams that should play each other in the World Series.
It doesn't work like that in baseball,
I know it doesn't
buddy.
work like that.
It never does.
But that's how it should work. That's what all these offseason moves are about.
And those offseason, and look at the Angels. Everyone thought all the Angels are going to be big, and they didn't do jack last year.
I understand that. I'm just saying.
No.
When you just look at the
Ronaldo's
teams,
word of the day.
No.
When you look at the teams with the rotation that the Dodgers have.
Drop it.
No, forget it.
Drop it.
It's not going to be the Dodgers. It's not going to be the Blue Jays.
Beat them up after the show.
Just stop talking.
Beat them up after the show.
Dude. We're not talking about the Yankees. We're talking about teams that were not in the playoffs last year.
They're not going to be in the playoffs this year.
Dude,
we'll
you know what?
talk about them next year.
They got a better chance. Let me tell you something. Okay, you know what? Let me tell you something, okay? They got a better chance of being in the playoffs than Cleveland will ever will.
I don't know about that.
No, I know that for a fact, okay?
Our average age of our roster is like 27.
It's
Yours
Cleveland,
is like 35.
man. Cleveland is depressing sports city. There's nothing to look forward to in that town, ever.
Every game, there's a chance of a broken hip with your roster.
You know what?
All right.
Okay, you know what?
Stop picking on him and
you know
move
what? All
on.
I'm going to say is, as we wind up this topic here, I will say the Dodgers, okay, in the National League, and the Angels in the American League.
So you
will
said,
not
so
be.
you said the Blue Jays.
I said the Blue Jays maybe.
Oh.
Okay. There will not be any I will say there will not be no It will not be a Dodgers Blue Jays World Series. I don't care what it says on paper. Okay, it's not happening. And for like the 20th time, no, it won't happen.
All right.
That's just fact.
Moving on then. After their loss to Virginia last week, Duke head coach Mike Krzyzewski expressed his concern about fans storming the court and the risk for potential injury. Ronaldo, do you think the NCAA should do something to prevent fans from rushing the court?
Nope. I don't think they should do anything because that's the nature of college basketball. Okay, Coach K's just mad because everybody keeps storming on him every year for the last 20 years.
Big baby.
He's a baby about it.
All 3 losses they had to unranked
Okay,
opponents.
stop crying about it, Coach K. Here's the thing. Here's something that helps. If they actually win those games, they don't have to worry about getting stormed on the court. That's kind of common sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, yeah, your team got their butt kicked against Miami. That's your fault. You lost to NC State. Deal with it. You lost to Maryland. Deal with it. You lost to Virginia last week. Deal with it, okay? That's what makes college basketball so much fun. Upsets. It makes it that much more exciting. You know, when the brackets come out, you know, when there's 15 beating 2 seeds and 14 beating 3 seeds, it makes it that much more fun. It's not fun for me because it ruins my bracket, okay? It's not that fun for me. But as far as the general nature of college basketball, it makes it that much more fun. So cry me a river, Coach Krzyzewski. Deal with it. It's not going to change. I know you say, oh, to prevent injury, okay? It's not like any fan came up to any of your players and punched them in the face, okay? Deal with it. It's college basketball. It's life. If you stop losing games against unranked teams, it's not an issue for you. It's common sense,
and
okay?
security was lined up.
Security was lined. First of all, it wasn't even that fast to storm the court. It was a slow storm in the court, which is kind of.
They had security in place.
Right,
they took
right,
precautions.
right. Think about it, Coach K. Those guys wearing the yellow vests. It was security. That's what they're there for, because then they were going to storm the court. None of your guys got hurt. Nobody got punched. No one got hit. You just calmly, like I said. Now, if you would have been like Roy Williams last year when they got beat by Florida State, you could take your guys off the floor 5 seconds before because the game's already decided. You could do that. That's an option. Think about that, maybe.
But I love how Jay Billis put it. Fans shouldn't be on the court, but they want to be on the court just to be able to celebrate because, like, you want to go down there because of all the excitement of beating such a high-ranked team that you want to be a part of what they did.
Well, and in college, it's not like the NBA where you have no connection personally to the players.
Exactly.
Like in college, these are guys you go to school with. You may even have classes with.
You
like,
do have classes with them. You go out and
party.
You go out and party
So
with
it's
these
like
guys
it's
every
more-
weekend.
It's a lot more personal when it's your school,
Oh.
it's your classmates, and you want to celebrate with them. With the NBA, you're not a part of the team.
No, the
You're
NBA,
not a
you go
part
your married
of-
way. Yeah, every now and then in the
Exactly. You're
NBA,
not
you
a
might go
part of
the
any of that.
at the
They
NBA,
used to be able
yeah.
to storm the court in the NBA, and they did away
you
with
can't
that.
storm the court. Look, I say, look in college. Look, you're all the same
I get
age.
something to say.
Please, okay. Go
But
ahead.
the only reason I don't like court storming is whenever it's planned out. Whenever they say, hey, if we beat them, we're going to all storm the court.
Yeah.
But whenever it's just spontaneous, like you're going into the game hoping that you're going to win, and then it happens, I love that this rush of excitement. That's why the SRU-IUP game, I didn't enjoy it as much because it was already planned out, and not even everyone got into it. So for fan safety, I'd just say security just has to do their best at like making sure in those scrums no one gets hurt. I love the college court storming.
What scrums?
Anyway.
I think if it's like a big victory, there's not really a reason to storm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you crush, say Virginia won by 20 points.
Yeah,
you know,
like what Miami
the
did.
The game had been decided, you know, with 10 minutes left. It's not a huge buzz of excitement as it is when, you know, you're up by 1 and they miss that buzzer beater, and it's like, and you know, when you're hanging on the
And
edge,
like when Miami beat Duke. They beat them by 25 points. Was that worthy enough to go out there?
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
you're already-
it was.
They're a ranked team at
already
number
celebrating
25.
in your seats.
But that was the first time they've ever beaten 1 in their school history. So that's a big deal.
But I'm just saying, you're sitting in your seat with 5 minutes left, already knowing you won. So you're already celebrating.
In that essence, okay, you beat up on Duke when they're number 1. Okay, that's a big deal. Everyone gets a kick out of beating Duke. Why? Because they're Duke. I hate Duke.
Yeah, 28 of the past 34 losses of Duke on the road have been court storming.
Because everybody hates Duke. Nobody likes Duke.
Does that really show how good they are or how bad their losses are?
That's not look. It's not an issue if Duke wins. Okay, the whole issue can be avoided if Duke wins. Okay, so again, Coach K, cry me a river because you got lost and got the storm corner. Who cares? You lost. Move on.
I just hope it doesn't go away.
It's not going to go away. It's fun. It makes college basketball that much more exciting.
I think unless there is an incident, like where someone gets hurt or something like that. And that's what they're saying they're worried about is if, you know, say you're on the team that lost, you know, you're already angry and a fan may get up in your face and you never know what they're going to do. So until something like that happens, I think it'll stay, but you never know. So moving on to our final topic. Hall of Famer Magic Johnson announced that he would give LeBron James $1 million to compete in next year's slam dunk contest. Dave, do you think LeBron should consider Magic's deal?
Why not? I mean, there's 7 digits right there just to go out there and have fun. He does all these warm-up dunks that are priceless, but he won't go out there in the dunk contest. We had to see Terrence Ross win the dunk contest, which was no excitement at all. With 2 years ago, when Blake Griffin did this, how much buzz was there when Blake Griffin won it?
Dude.
Now Terrence Ross goes out there this year and
Jumped over a kid.
and people weren't that excited about it as when Blake Griffin did it.
I think the only exciting part of it was he was the second Raptor ever, first since Vince Carter.
Yeah.
So I mean that's kind of a big deal, you know. You're the next Raptor following the great Vince Carter to win a dunk contest. So I mean, for Terrence Ross, I'm sure that was an awesome
you rather-
moment. And it's still cool to see, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah, the dunks are so cool. But would you rather be the next Vince Carter in a slam dunk contest, or would you rather be the next Vince Carter winning championships in a team that you're playing for?
And that's why LeBron doesn't really care about
Yeah,
the dunk
exactly.
contest.
But I just think maybe LeBron was just trying to not do everything and not spread himself out there. After this championship, go out there and have fun at this point. You made a Harlem Shake video with your teammates. You are on a 14-game winning streak. Next year, I want to see Blake Griffin and LeBron James go head-to-head in the slam dunk contest with all the others. Because I know at the finals, it's going to be those two.
Bring back MJ.
Look. Here's the thing, Magic. I'm gonna tell you this, man. Give me the $1 million, okay? And I will have a dunk contest with LeBron myself. Me and LeBron it'll just be me and LeBron next year, baby, in the dunk contest. Forget about everybody else. Me and LeBron, dunk contest next year. Bring it, LeBron. Because I got tricks up my sleeve, okay?
Yeah, he's got a trampoline.
I was going to say trampoline.
Don't need a trampoline.
Unless you have a trampoline up your sleeve, I think it's over.
Dude, I'm going to be on the top of a SUV, okay, while it's driving on the court and jumping out of that SUV. It's going to be the most epic
So
thing.
you already got like a 10-foot advantage.
It doesn't matter, dude.
Going on.
LeBron's smart enough. He comes with his own dunks, okay? Like I said, LeBron's smart enough. He'll come up with his own dunks, okay?
No, like it'd be better if you're driving and then you jump out of the car.
Dude, it's all about creativity, okay? Look, I got a year to come up with stuff, okay? And so does he, okay? Look, the reason LeBron doesn't do it because he knows how easy it's going to be for him, okay? He doesn't have to practice. He doesn't need practice. He's like AI. You don't need practice.
You get extra money to win the champ.
That's what I'm saying. Look,
Look,
if I'm LeBron, I'm taking that money, okay?
you get $1 million plus winning, which is I think is $150,000.
Right. So I mean, I take that, okay? Like I said, and if LeBron doesn't want that money, I'll take it, Magic, okay? And I'll make it interesting, okay? Doesn't matter. I'll take that money, okay? It's $1 million, okay? Don't be stupid, LeBron. Look, I know you can make that money easily doing a commercial. That's no problem, okay? But look, it's $1 million. It's a lot of money, okay? Why pass that up?
The way Ronaldo would make it interesting he would break the bone in the most interesting way that the doctors would not know how to fix it.
Look, man, it's all about creativity.
Yeah, he could win a bone-breaking contest.
Look, the dunk contest is all about creativity, okay? LeBron has creative skills. Now, look, I'm surprised LeBron didn't do the dunk contest, when he was a rookie or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay?
Yeah, I would think he would have done it in his first few years.
He's not going to do it now.
Yeah.
We'll see.
He's 10 years in the
I
league.
think so.
He's not going to wait
After
this
a deal
long.
like that,
I don't know
so.
if he is ever going to do it.
He's not going to do
I
it.
would love to see it because his dunks are going to be a lot cooler than...
If LeBron was going to do the dunk contest, he would have done it like 6-7 years ago. That's a fact.
I guess we'll have to pay attention in the upcoming years to find out. See if he...
Now, if Magic makes it $3 million, then he might consider it.
All right. Well, definitely a lot of intriguing topics going on in the sports world right now. So for Big Dave Miller and Ronaldo Cook Martin, I'm Cameron Collins, and we'll see you next time.